Hey, what's up, Hiluminati? This is your girl, Churlmen Beefy, here with a quick message from the Shade Chamber Churlmen of the board. So, the first thing we wanted to say is thank you so much for the support. When we decided to do this podcast, we knew it wasn't going to be for everyone, and we knew that growth was going to be slow. This is our first experience doing any kind of public-facing media. You're not really getting a polished experience here, we'll all be the first to admit. But we started doing this because we wanted to make the kind of Genshin content that we wanted to see, that we didn't see anybody else doing. As you can tell by how terribly we treat each other, we're not just co-hosts, we're all really good friends. And this is just kind of how we discuss the game anyway. We do these deep dives. We pull from our professional and hobbyist backgrounds. We make each other laugh while we do it. So we are extremely happy and humbled that other people are enjoying it as well. We may not have the numbers, we may not have the clickbait pull, but what I do see and what really makes us the happiest is when people engage in thoughtful discussions about the content, and that is really the response that we wanted. If you enjoy what we're doing here, please feed our algorithm, give us the likes, the subs, the comments, but the main thing is, please share us. Because for something like us it's so niche and it's so targeted, we live and die on word of mouth. We have more opportunities and more tools to engage with you if we have a bigger audience, right? It's a numbers game. So please get out there, please spread the word. Which brings us to the main point of this video. What would you like to hear us cover on the Shade Chamber before the release of Genshin Impact version 3.0? The episode we have coming out next week, that's the last Shade Chamber episode that we have pre-recorded. We will be recording one more session, probably around the time the summer event comes out, and that will be the last time we meet before 3.0 and Sumeru. So this is kind of your last chance to hear us cover anything that came out before Sumeru. As far as the kind of topics, we're more interested in making content that's future-proof. Whether that means it ties into evergreen topics like the wider world of the game industry, or that it would serve as a valuable milestone at the end of the road when we look back at all of Genshin. So we just ask that you keep that in mind when you suggest topics. Obviously, I think the biggest things that we haven't covered yet are going to be Enkanomiya, the Chasm, and its associated Archon quests, a little bit on Iridori, and then the upcoming summer event and Kazuha's character quest. But apart from that, if there's anything else you'd like us to discuss before we kind of close the curtains on pre-3.0 Genshin, please let us know, because even though we don't have a huge audience, we've already seen that we have an extremely passionate one, and the last thing we want to do is do this clean break once Sumeru comes out, and have any of you feeling like you were left in the lurch as far as what you wanted us to cover. Also, we're really going to ask that you guys hit that bell icon, is we're going to have a really whack release schedule, because it is just going to depend on whether there's enough that's interesting for us to talk about. The kind of stuff we bring you, it takes time, it takes thought, it takes research, and it takes hindsight. It basically requires us to do everything that we could possibly do to not succeed as career Genshin content creators, which is fine with us because none of that is anything we actually want to do at all. But it does mean that we want to make sure that you guys don't miss us, so please do hit that bell icon, get those notifications. We're not going to bombard you with content, but we promise that when we show up, it's going to be worth it. We wouldn't make it if it wasn't worth it. So, shout out in the comments below the kind of stuff you want us to cover. We hope you enjoy the last episode that we have in the queue, and you can look forward to us covering your suggestions in our next recording session. Once again, thank you so much for your very passionate support. Keep spreading the word. Thanks so much for stopping by the Shade Chamber.